to take the drive. That's the field of 6 for the Superheroes Championship. The class of horse is intergalactic, and the race is over 1,070 metres, 1 lap, and 170 metres. Now, on a more serious note for the program later on, in race 7, which is the second leg of the double, number 8 Kenros is a late scratching at 1 p.m. taken out by Stewarts. Race 7, number 8 Kenros, a late scratching out of race 7 horse number 8 at 1 p.m. The driver's up. Wonder Horse and Magic Bracelet. From the outside is Super Horse. And that horse there being driven by Batman on 5. You see the 2 and the 2 in the blue colours out there. Close up there, Funnel Web with Spider-Man. And the Mobile picks up the speed. And Wonder Woman, oh, look at her go. Wonder Woman on Magic Bracelet. She's ripped straight into the lead with the cape flying. Wonder Woman will lead on Magic Bracelet when they settle down, with Hero and the Phantom going up second, and Funnel Web, Spider-Man is third over on the inside. Then Wonder Horse and Robin, they're third last when they settle down. Second last is Bat Horse, and Super Horse in that red cape is last of all. Now with 800 metres to go, and it's Wonder Woman and Frawley the leader by 2 metres. Going up on the outside in second position, Hero. The Phantom driving hard. Over on the inside is Funnel Web and Spider-Man third. Then Bat Horse going up to a 1 out, 1 back position. Now, Superman's got Super Horse out 3 deep. I don't know whether he's going to instructions from Clark Kent at the moment. In the red cape, flapping in the breeze, Super Horse is making a run around the outside, and 3 lengths to Wonder Horse. Well, he's not exactly that. He's last of all, but, oh, look at Magic Bracelet and Wonder Woman. She's under a good grip. Rightfully so too. It's Magic Bracelet, Wonder Woman 2 metres in front of Hero when they come around the turn. But now Funnel Web has crawled away from the fence to get through in the centre. And it's running on, and Super Horse is right off the track. But it's Wonder Woman with this leader going well. Magic Bracelet's into the straight from getting out Funnel Web in the centre, and then on the outside battling on Hero. Wonder Woman's in front of Hero and Funnel Web towards the line. Wonder Woman still in front. She's going to beat them, I'd say. Yes, it's Wonder Woman and Magic Bracelet. They get home by 2 metres to Funnel Web, the Spider in the second, the Nose in front of Hero third, and then a fair way back there is Bat Horse, or very wide was Super Horse. It's run second last, and Wonder Horse and Robin and Boy Wonder, they wouldn't be too rapt about that. Zap Kapow, they've run last. Wonder Woman with Magic Bracelet has won the Superheroes Championship. It wasn't a beaut that we had the chance to meet Wonder Woman earlier with Pete Donegan. Doesn't lack anything in appearance out of the sulky, and neither does she in talent behind the sulky, with Magic Bracelet, Wonder Woman and Frawley the winner. The judges called on the photo. It looks like Funnel Web. Spider-Man, the driver, number 3, might just get through and get second. In the red and black with the black cobwebs, the colours, just ahead of Hero. And the grey with the black belt and the skull buckle, the Phantom third. But it's Wonder Woman and Magic Bracelet taking out the Superheroes Championship. We might meet more of the superheroes after that event. You're watching Harness Racing and a great family day at Moonee Valley as we take this commercial break. The field up now. Release point down the back, 2,380 metres, the journey of this, the TV Scene Stakes, and punters that have had a better pinned their hopes towards My Lightning Blue, who at the moment's about a length and a half behind the line. He'll start from the third position out from the front line. Starter calls them up now. Over on the inside, Our True Speed, Taurus Rising. My Lightning Blue there, number 6, just coming into shot now. The 2 outside of the back a little from that position. Now he's up on the gate there. My Lightning Blue and the Cerise Royal Blue. Away they go. He's begun quite safely. The filly El Cadoas began very fast. Our True Speed began brilliantly from barrier 1. It'll lead them out when they settle down now from El Cadao. And now O'Sullivan will have to take hold of My Lightning Blue. It's out 3 deep. He'll ease back. Yes, he'll get a good position early. Taurus Rising went up on the inside of him when El Cadao was trying to head off this leader, Our True Speed. And he's going to let My Lightning Blue run and get up to be second when they wheel around the turn. El Cadao crosses over, and My Lightning Blue quickly went up second on the outside. Our True Speed is back on the inside third when they settle down. They're followed by Taurus Rising, and moving up Sprinkle of Gold on the outside. It'll get up into the back of My Lightning Blue. Further back was Massiadios on the inside of Tristan Boy. A length into Châtain Star over on the inside, then came Sprinkle of Gold. And last of all, moving up is Thomas Laverne. Now, My Lightning Blue, O'Sullivan asked that horse to go. He wanted to hang going out of the straight, but he quickly crosses over. He's pricking up the ears and having a good look around, but he's quickly gone to the front, the colt now. And My Lightning Blue went to the back and led 4 metres, and second placing El Cadeau. 2 or 3 lengths to Our True Speed, and they're followed on the inside by Taurus Rising. Oh Lord is the one out, one deep with the Outney cover. Over on the inside, Massey Adios. Moving up, Tristan Boy on the outside of it, and further back then Sprinkle of Gold over on the inside of Châtain Star, and last of all Thomas Laverne. Down the back they race with about 1,400 metres to go, and My Lightning Blue under a good hold. He leads about 4 metres to, in second placing El Cadeau the filly. About 2 lengths further back then came Our True Speed running third. The next 2 are Oh Lord with Outney cover on the outside of Taurus Rising. Then Tristan Boy moving up on the outside of Massey Adios. A length further back then is Châtain Star, 1 wide and 3 back. Moving up on the outside of Sprinkle of Gold, and last of all down the straight is Thomas Laverne. Coming down to get the judge with the lap to go. The bell lap coming up, and My Lightning Blue wanted to look around a little. He's still pricking up those ears. He's most interested in what's going around the favourite. Looks to be doing it effortlessly in front, though, about 6 metres in front of El Cadeau second. A good gap in the field further back, running third as they go out of the straight there is Our True Speed, and they're followed by Taurus Rising on the inside of Oh Lord. Back behind the Massey Adios on the outside of it, Tristan Boy. Then came Châtain Star, Sprinkle of Gold, the fence, and last of all, Thomas Laverne. They go down the back for the final time, and My Lightning Blue is the leader. My Lightning Blue about 6 metres in front. El Cadeau is under a bit of pressure second, the filly after the colt, and there followed a good gap to Our True Speed. Then Oh Lord going to fourth on the outside of Taurus Rising, with My Lightning Blue at the 400-metre mark, about 5 metres in front. El Cadeau sticking with it, battling on, and he pulls the whip on My Lightning Blue. El Cadeau is still there, and they're holding Our True Speed down to third. It's going to be interesting to see how much he's got. My Lightning Blue, O'Sullivan's pulled the whip on him, and the filly El Cadeau comes to the outside to go after him, but My Lightning Blue's 5 metres in front, safely holding the opposition, kicks away, and it's only track work for My Lightning Blue. He'll come right away. He's too good, the colt. My Lightning Blue by 8 metres on the line to El Cadeau. The filly a good run second, about 15 metres away third, Our True Speed. Then Taurus Rising, Sprinkle of Gold. Then Tristan Boy, a gap in the field into Châtain Star. Well back was Oh Lord, and just coming in Massey Adios, and Thomas Laverne hasn't completed the course. Up on the home turn here, number 10, Thomas Laverne has not completed the course. Well, Jim O'Sullivan had to pull the whip on it, coming towards the top circle about 300 from home on My Lightning Blue. But he knuckled down to the task, and he quickly put the race beyond doubt, kicking away and holding El Cadeau at bay. The run to the line, My Lightning Blue winning at about 6 to 8 metres over El Cadeau. Nice shot here. Again, he's pricking up those ears, this favourite. Looking at the infield there, but he always was travelling well. And the odds-on chance going to the line with only daylight behind him, about 8 metres to El Cadeau, and a long way back in third placing, about 15 metres away, would be Our True Speed. My Lightning Blue on a couple of occasions, as I mentioned in the call, as they came down to the winning post, he wanted to look around, and I think I know the reason. Just past the winning post, there was a photographer who was probably only about 3 or 4 feet away from the inside running rail. I think if we came up on replay of the race a little earlier, we'd probably spot him too. I noticed that gent's now moved away. I'd say he's moved away before the stewards can get to him, because this fellow, My Lightning Blue, on a couple of occasions was pricking up the ears and wanted to have a good look, and there's no doubt in my mind that that gentleman who was taking the photos over on the inside running rail just past the winning post was much too close to the horses. The Lightning Blue by Lanero from Lightning continues on his winning way. A lot of depth about him. He's a very good colt. Partly raced by Alan Hunter, with then Canidi and A. Procilio, prepared by Jim O'Sullivan and driven by Jim. There's a good shot of the colt coming back now. His form has been impeccable. Continue to win. And returning now, My Lightning Blue, showing odds of about 65 cents on the tote. He's run very good time. He's run a new record, a mile rate of 2:2.2, and that defeats the previous class record of 2:4.5. Track record for the race at 2,380 metres is 1:59.5, but taking 2.3 off the previous class record, there is the favourite, My Lightning Blue, and he's a real up-and-coming star too. 5 El Cadeau, a lot to like about the filly's run. She always had to work to get to the lead in the first 400 metres, and she made a race of it coming to the home turn. Might force Jim O'Sullivan to pull the whip on My Lightning Blue to keep the horse going. And Our True Speed, a distant third, number 1. after the third event, and a new record, a new class record of 2.2. Victor will be $2.70, but it's 60 and 50, 70, 95 for 6, 5 and 1. On the third event, the TVC Stakes, race 3. Scratching is number 2, Mount Rainier. Number 1, Cable Car from the Knight Stable. Number 1, $1.40, $1.10. 3, Pine Chapel, 15.15 and $3.40. Number 4 is Noble Minbar. I believe this has got some chance today, $2.15 and 70. Number 5, Cycle Bay, $12.80 and $2.50. Number 6, Mighty Andrew on the tote, $21.85 and $3.60. 7 is Caramark Kenny on the tote, $7.35, $1.45. Number 8, Cocky Eagle, showing $2.45 and 80. Number 9, TC, $21.90 and $3.95. Number 10, Southern Splendor, $3.30 and 90. And over the page we go to number 11, our Noble Rex at $8.20 and $1.80. And the race scheduled in about 17 minutes from now. A win hold of about 9,800 and the place 5,400. The chances, I think, in early betting are for 1, Cable Car, 4, Noble Minbar, and number 8, Cocky Eagle. Race 4 at 1:45. As people enjoy this wonderful day of harness racing under perfect conditions out here at Moonee Valley. We'll be back with more shortly. You're watching this exclusive to Channel 7, back to Moonee Valley after this commercial break.
O'Sullivan, the driver of the winning horse in the third race, My Lightning Blue, and there you see the saddle trot, which is going on at the moment out on the track. And just trying to pick that up, I think that's so special in front. Well, that is something that we very rarely see. You can see that the horse running second has gone into a gallop there, but let's just find out some more as we go up to Brian.
And further back in the field is Large Impact as they go into the back. The leader is still So Special, the trotter, and he's trotting nicely too, leading by about 8 metres. Asco Adios is second. Mystic Findle is third. The driver of Asco Adios has got it back into a pace, but actually he's not the driver, he's the rider, and that's Ginger Gleeson. But it's So Special in front. Robert Young leading from Asco Adios. Mystic Findle is third in the race, and Barry Alford's riding Mystic Findle. And there's Gavin Lang galloping his little head off into 4th place, and further back is at the head of the others, Large Impact. But it's So Special in front around the turn. He's been there from the outset. Leads by 6 metres. Asco Adios is second, and well back in 3rd place, Mystic Findle. But around the turn, So Special, 200 out, has done a perfect job, and so is the rider. He's cheeky, had a look around. In 2nd place, going into a gallop there again, is Asco Adios. Mystic Findle is third. Gavin Lang's crawled it today on Wayne Manor, and So Special's going to trot down in the saddle trot. And a bit over 1970 metres, and a good exhibition by both rider and horse. The winner So Special by about 5 metres. Asco Adios second, and these riders will certainly very gingerly get off their mounts. Mystic Findle's run third. Perfect Commander's fourth. Then Wayne Manor, and further back last in was Jerry Lee. And one tailed off, and that is Big General in the saddle trot championship. And what a good performance. It's something we don't see very often as we look at them coming down the straight in slow motion again. The winner So Special, as I was saying, is a moderately performed trotter around the provincial circuits. Doesn't win many races, but quite often runs into a place. Asco Adios, I don't know very much about it at all. And the best horse in the race possibly was Wayne Manor, but it disgraced itself on several occasions for Gavin Lang by going into a mad and hopeless gallop. So Special, the winner, Robert Young, the driver or rider, and be a few sore behinds there, I'd say, after the running of that event. It's one of those things that we don't see, as we say, very often. The winner scored by 6 metres, 50 metres between second and third. 2:55.5 was the time registered by those runners in our Hunters Saddle Trot exhibition here at the Free Media Day at Moonee Valley.
1986 media pace. Let's have a look at them. Number 1, Tony Banks from Channel 10, from Channel 10 Sport, will drive Distant Rainbow. Good luck to Tony. Colin Bull, one of our leading photographers, is with the magazine The Harness Racer. Colin's driving Miss Verdale from barrier number 2. David Manning from 3DB. Good luck to Dave too. He drives Rice Power from barrier 3. Alison Oldfield from the Trotting Weekly the trade magazine for harness racing in this state. And Alison will drive number 4, Willie Bray. Pete Donegan from Channel 7 will drive number 5, Nico. And Pete's going to be wired up. He'll have a microphone with him. So we'll pick up everything that's happening in the race. Have to keep our fingers crossed. I don't know what's going to be said during the running of the race, but Pete's going to describe what's happening in the event. And you'll hear it all relayed here on 7, with Pete Donegan driving number 5, Nico. Greg Miles from the ABC drives bronze edition from barrier number 6. Dave Withington from the Victorian Government Media section will drive Kemervan Kid, number 7. Peter Taylor from the Trotting Times is going to take the drive on Irish Lane. Jeff Ampt, photographer with The Age, will drive Sparkling Prince. Hard Like Harry, the infamous Hard Like Harry from 3DB and The Sun, News Pictorial. Hard Like is going to drive Gallamax to number 10. Number 11 is Boyd and Lord, Bobby Kane driving from the Trotting Weekly. Over the page we go to 12, Dusty Gem, to be driven by Father Brian Glasheen. So the boys will have to keep an eye on the language here with Pete Donegan in the live microphone. Father Brian Glasheen, Pulpit Publications, will drive number 12, Dusty Gem. Tony Milanese of the Trotting Register driving 13, Haughty Lord. Perhaps it might have been apt if Father Glasheen drove number 13. And Keith McGowan, the big man of Trotting from 3DB, will drive number 14, Demon Chief. So I think it's wise to say and safe to say it's an all-star lineup there. And I hope they're kind to Father Glasheen too in that particular media challenge event, and that will happen at around 2 to 5 past 2. Well, there's Cocky Eagle, one of the good chances. 265 in the totalisator. Cable car just walking past us there.
Down 4 and 5.
Finding their positions now. Cable car barrier 1, Pine Chapel next to him. Probably the 2 outside drivers will elect to come back and try and get a sit in the field. Now they're about to go. Cable car back about a metre. Starter has them. The gate gathers speed. The line's pretty good. Away they go, and the outside 2 have pulled back, and they are Cocky Eagle and TC. Cable Car began brilliantly down on the inside, and he's one of the leaders settling down. Cable Car away quickly up on the outside of him, Cycle Bay, and out quickly Karamar Kenny is out 3 deep going up towards the lead. Right behind them, Southern Splendid from that back line began brilliantly and gets up 4th on the rail. Easing back is Pine Chapel, and they're followed further back in the field now by Al Noble Rex over on the inside of Noble Minbar, 1 away from the fence. Cocky Eagle is back, and he's pulling him out 3 deep to start a long run around the outside of the field. Mighty Andrew back along the fence when they come down the straight, and TC brought up the rear. Now Noble Minbar and Cocky Eagle both making runs when Knight was trying to slow the speed up on the leader Cable Car. At the judge 2 laps to go. Cable Car 2 metres in front, but moving up Noble Minbar went up 2nd. Southern Splendor 3rd on the inside when they go out of the straight from Karamar Kenny 1-1. Cocky Eagle's caught out 3 deep but going around them. They're followed over on the inside by Al Noble Rex. Now he's the 3rd horse back on the rail, and he's outside there is Cycle Bay. A length further back in the field then Mighty Andrew over on the inside of Pine Chapel, and last of all is TC. Heading down the back, and Cable Car is joined and actually headed on the outside by Noble Minbar. Noble Minbar ahead in front, but Knight won't give the lead away on Cable Car. He heeled up on the inside to join him. Out 3 deep still and working fairly hard there is Cocky Eagle. Back in the centre there came Karamar Kenny. On the fence pulling hard as Southern Splendor. A length further back in the field then came Cycle Bay, is on the outside of Our Noble Rex. A length further back then came Pine Chapel. Locked away on the rail is Mighty Andrew, and last of all around the top circle is TC. The Cocky Eagle's the one out 3 deep, is the one out there on his own. He had to do it the hard way. He's been there for over a lap. And coming down the straight now, and they come for the bell, first leg of the quadrilla, and it's Cable Car on the inside, only about a head in front. Noble Minbar on the green with those yellow hoop sleeves up on the outside 2nd. Cocky Eagle in those white shin boots has to do a lot of work. He's still out 3 deep on the outside of Karamar Kenny. He's under a bit of pressure now, Cocky Eagle out 3 deep. Southern Splendor over in those white with the blue diamonds and the red cap. He's running 3rd. He's had a nice run. Behind him is Our Noble Rex back on the fence. They're followed further back in the field, getting up along the inside, Mighty Andrew. Down the back, 700 to go, and Cable Car. Can he regain some of the old form? He's a metre in front. He's going better than Noble Minbar, and you saw Knight have a look over his shoulder, and Cable Car got 2 metres in front of Noble Minbar. Now Southern Splendor gets the 3rd. He's been having a nice run behind them. He's going to elect to go back to the inside of Noble Minbar running 3rd. They're followed by Mighty Andrew, and then Our Noble Rex. Dropping out of it, Cocky Eagle, and trying to get out before the turn, Cycle Bay, but Cable Car shot away and safely looked 8 to 10 metres in front of Southern Splendor, getting to second. Then Noble Minbar, and further back our Noble Rex from Mighty Andrew. Cable Car with a big lead in the straight, about 12 metres in front. Running on a Southern Splendor on the outside, and then further back was our Noble Rex. Cable Car getting tight, and here a couple flying. Cycle Bay, he'll beat them all. Cycle Bay over the top of them, and Cycle Bay gets up to win. Cable Car got second. He walked in the last 60 metres. Our Noble Rex, number 11, back on the inside, will get third. Then Karamarketti. Southern Splendor couldn't go on. Then further back, Pine Chapel. Noble Minbar dropped out, well back in the field, TC. And after being off the track all the way, Cocky Eagle's beaten one in, and that's Mighty Andrew. Well, Cable Car turning for home with a big break, about 8 to 10 metres in front of Southern Splendor. And Cycle Bay is in the light blue white quarters, light blue sleeves. And he's just about to get to the outside of Southern Splendor. Here he comes, number 5, with a withering run, as our Noble Rex goes to the inside of Cable Car. But Cycle Bay, John Robertson, looks as though it's just joined in on the home turn. Running away for an easy win, about 8 metres in the run of the post. Cycle Bay still not in shot. He's just had a shot to the left-hand side, and you'll see him. He'll hook to the outside, and look at him come quickly now. With a devastating run, and striding right away to win comfortably. Number 5, Cycle Bay, J. Robinson first. And the judge calling on the photo, one Cable Car will hang on and get second, just ahead of our Noble Rex. $8, $888.46. $888.40. If you put those in the right order for your trifecta, a nice return of 5, 1 and 11. 5, 1, 11. And a massive start to the first leg of the quadrilla. Cycle Bay racing away to win well. Here, plain wrapper number 1, 1275 260. Number 2, Roman Warrior, 1945 435. 3, Gemstone Pat, $18 420. Topeka Direct number 4. And he's all the rates for the race, $1.10 and 50. Number 5 is out. Number 6, Honourable Sir, 430 and 185. Number 7, Hook, Line and Sinker, 205 and 90. Number 8 is Union General, 52.10 and 995. Number 9, Mum's Pride, $6 and 115. 10, Son of Chris at 850 and 180. Number 11, Most Happy Escort over the page here. Showing on the tote, $3.75 and $1.25. And the popular one is Topeka Direct. The winner at Leeton comes from Interstate. A pretty strong stable in the Wayne and Jack Honan stable down here.
Tony Banks from Channel 10. I don't know anything about Distant Rainbow.
You don't know the horse at all, Bill?
Don't know the horse. Tony Banks from Channel 10, not a bad-looking bloke, I suppose. All you could say is in its favour.
Well, we better be careful, because Tony is the sports reporter, of course, with ADV 10 out there at Nunawading. I don't know too much about whether Tony's driven these before. Apparently he's had one drive before. So there's a bit of a form line on Tony Banks. We wish him well. Hope he gets around safely. He's on Distant Rainbow there in the orange and black stripes and the orange sleeves, getting a little help in the parade as he comes onto the track. Further down, we've got number 2 here, Miss Verdale. Colin Bull from the Harness Racer, photographer with the Harness Racer. Colin's had plenty of experience. Do you know Miss Verdale at all, Bill?
Oh, it's just got limited ability, Brian. I'd say it'll probably jump reasonably well, but I'd say Colin and Miss Verdale will probably be pretty harmless to each other.
Rice Power on the red, white sash and armbands. This is David Manning, of course, who you know from 3DB. David's prepared a few horses up at his property there at Melton. He's had a few years of horsemanship, so I think the horse will be quite capably driven too.
Yeah, so Rice Power's got some ability, pretty smart 3-year-old without being over-possessed of ability, and obviously David knows a little bit about the caper, so it's got some sort of chance. I'm just wondering why you're not in this race, Brian.
No, Bill, I had a bit of luck about 8 or 9 years ago. I drove a couple of winners at Ballarat and also Interstate. And the fact that I remained intact and didn't have a fall, I thought I'd get out in a winning note. You with me?
We might have resurrected Trindle, or one of those horses used to race years ago.
No, I hung the reins and the helmet up about 8 years ago. Here's number 4, and we've got Willie Bray in the orange and white diagonal stripes, black sleeves. Alison Oldfield from the Trotting Weekly. I don't know Alison. Do you know Alison or Willie Bray?
No, I don't. From the look of her, I'd like to.
Fair enough.
No, well, I'd say Willie Bray would be favoured in the race. He's a last start winner at Warrigal and was pretty impressive, as long as he does the right thing by Alison.
Okay, stepping out behind Alison is Peter Donegan. He got away with the women, hasn't he, Pete? Pete Donegan's driving Nico, and Nico's racing in the black with the HSV 7 logo on the back and on the front. Give us away, Pete. Good on you. There he is, hot favourite with a question mark.
Well, I offered Peter 20 to 1 each way, Nico, and he wouldn't have any bar of it. I don't know whether he's worried about the horse he's driving,
Pete,
or him.
I believe Pete can hear us down there. Give us a nod, Pete, or say hello.
G'day, Brian.
How you doing?
Oh, not bad, mate.
Got the bike clips?
Yep.
Good on you. All right, we'll come back to you.
I just wonder if he took those Valiums.
We'll go back to Peter in a moment. Bronze edition is number 6 in the red and yellow checks of Kevin Murray's. And bronze edition, is it a scratching? Oh, it's in different colours. Blue with the yellow V. There's bronze edition. Greg Miles from the ABC, one of our top callers in the state. Greg's driving bronze edition. Will race in the different colours of the blue with a yellow V. Do you know much about bronze edition, number 6?
Bronze edition seems to be one of those horses that runs in these novelty races, because it ran in the Lady Drivers race at Geelong the other night and ran a fair race. It's probably got some sort of chance, bronze edition.
Right. Okay, further down we've got Kennevan Kid, Dave Witherington from the Victorian Government Media Unit, number 7. Don't know Dave and don't know the horse.
Well, I was just talking to the connections of Kennevan Kid, and they were very worried. I don't know whether they were worried about whether the horse was going to go any good or whether David could drive it. But Kennevan Kid's a handy horse. It's won a race at Ballarat this season and would have some sort of chance.
Now, Peter Taylor's driving Irish Lane. It's number 8. Peter's had a bit of experience in driving in these races. Pete Taylor with the Trotting Times and Irish Lane, Bill.
Well, Irish Lane's probably one of the other favourites in the race, and Peter now gets a chance to show us he's got the driving capabilities that he expects everyone that he backs to have. Peter's usually very vocal in the crowd when one of the horses he's on isn't driven to the best of ability, so I expect Peter Taylor to drive a scintillating race here on Irish Lane.
Okay, we move to number 9, Starlight Prince, being driven by Jeff Damp, photographer with the Age, one of our leading photographers in the state. Know much about Starlight Prince? Well,
I know a little bit about Starlight Prince. It's a handy sort of horse and probably does most things right. The best thing I know about Jeff Amp is that I've got a trophy from the harness racing football match in my boot for Jeff. He won the best on the ground. So,
did he?
Yeah. If Jeff's got he's got the same ability at driving a horse he's got at football, well, he might be the winner.
Now, Gunamax to number 10. We're going to pick this one up because Hard Like Harry's got the drive.
Well, I think he's got a plum drive here, bro.
Incidentally, the colours of the op shop Harris Tweed for your identification, Bill. Hard Like Harry needs no introduction if you listen to 3DB or read the Sun News pictorial. Although, in his defence, he did come up with a special on Saturday called To Tell at Sandown, and it won at 15 to 1.
Really?
So every dog has his day, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, he's not going to have his day here, I don't think, because they've picked out the right one for him. I don't think Gunnar Maxton's got much chance.
Yes, he hasn't seen the judge for a long time, Gunnar Maxton, has he?
He's got his hard luck story to tell before the ball.
I think Hard Luck, there he is there, Hard Luck. He's got that terrible looking hat on. Words fail me here, Bill. Words fail me.
Well, I think the wind resistance is going to hold him back a bit.
Hope he's got his sun cream because of the out the back. Boyd and Lord, number 11, being driven by Bobby Kane from the Trotting Weekly.
Well, there's no official betting on this race, but Bob did want $1 each way at the 20s with me, so he's quietly confident.
Okay. Number 12 is Dusty Gem, Father Brian Glasheen. You'd like to think that Father Brian would have something in his favour in the white with a purple band and sleeves. There he is carrying the Jim O'Sullivan colours. And on a serious note, Father Brian Glasheen comes from a great trotting family here in Victoria.
That's right. That is a very well-known family, the Glasheen family. They've had many winners over the years, and Dusty Gem's probably got as good a chance as any other horse in this race too. Father Brian's on a pretty good horse here. Okay,
number 13 is Bell's Chance, being driven by Tony Milanese.
I don't know Val's Chance. My guide says Haughty Lord here, but
no,
obviously
it was
ineligible after winning on Saturday night.
Right.
Tony Milanese is no stranger to the harness racing game. He's been around for a long time, and I'd say that he'd know a fair bit about what it's all about.
Well, Keith McGowan, we hear a lot of Keith, a hell of a lot actually, on 3DB. Keith is driving Demon Chief in the red and the white-black stripes, number 14.
Well, I don't think Keith needs much praise from us because Keith usually praises himself during the afternoon. We'll see how Demon Chief goes.